In this video, we will show you how to add a new user or update existing users' rights in Sportswear Online. Sportswear defines users as individuals with add, edit, or delete rights. This is typically athletic trainers, but may also be athletic directors, team doctors, or others who report on the well-being of your organization's athletes or staff. Sportswear is priced by the number of users accessing an account at a single time. If users plan on working concurrently, it may be necessary to purchase additional licenses. To update, delete, or add a user, from the dashboard, go to the main drop-down menu. Select Admin, then Users. From the Users listing page, you can add, edit, or delete users or coaches. If your organization has purchased the Quick Treatments add-on, you will also edit those accounts here. Click the name of the user whose account you would like to update. This will highlight their name in blue. To edit a user's rights, click the Edit button. To delete the user, click the Delete button. If a user is deleted, the records they entered or modified will remain in the system. Once you have made the desired changes, you must both save the changes and log out of Sportswear for these administrative changes to take effect. If you are unsure what types of rights you would like to assign, please continue watching this video. We will now walk you through the complete process of adding a new user and explain the different types of rights they can be granted in Sportswear Online. Click the Add User button to add a new user. New users can only be added by existing users with administrator rights. If you do not see the Add User option, you will need to contact an administrator on your account for assistance. At a minimum, the new user's full name and email address must be entered. It is optional to assign a password or allow this user to create their own by requesting a reset password link. Once a new user has been added, they must be assigned proper administrative, program, database, and group access rights. Administrators can add other users and assign rights to them. Active means this user is active in the system. Receive email notifications from Sportswear Online means this user will get an email notification every single time an athlete or other user adds, edits, or deletes demographic information in Sportswear. Online Contact will show this user as a possible contact person for athletes or parents. Receive email updates from CSMI ensures that this user is kept up to date with our new features and made aware of any service interruptions during routine updates. Can edit other notes allows this user to modify notes made by other users. Next, click the Program Functions tab to grant this user view and edit rights for key program functions. Edit Pick Lists allows this user to change drop-down menu options in Sportswear. While it may be useful to grant multiple users this right, only one user can edit pick lists at a single time or the changes will not be saved. It is recommended that these rights be limited in order to standardize terminology throughout the system. Users with pick list rights should also come to a consensus on how they like information to appear in Sportswear. View Inactive Athletes allows this user to search for information on athletes who have graduated or no longer attend your school. Show Notes in Quick Treatments and Show Notes in Quick Evaluations allows the user to see notes for athletes' quick treatments or quick evaluations, respectively. Quick Treatments is not included with the basic Sportswear package. View Social Security numbers will allow or prevent the user from seeing athletes' Social Security numbers regardless of whether or not this field is required for the athletes. Sportswear is priced by the number of users active in the system at a single time. If other users are forgetting to log out of Sportswear, this user can force user logout to free up a license. If your school continues to encounter this issue, you may consider purchasing additional licenses. Next, click the Database Access tab to select which databases this user will be able to view, edit, add, delete, or print content from. Sportswear allows you to track a wide range of information related to your athletes, including but not limited to their demographics, injuries, in-house or referred treatments, signed out equipment, and mental health or coronavirus symptoms. To track this information, proper database rights access must be assigned. These selections can be applied to all databases by clicking the top checkbox, or an individual database by clicking the Yes/No toggle buttons. If a user is granted any type of rights in a database, they must always be granted view rights so they can access that database. Without view rights, the database will not appear in the database button bar. Finally, click the Restrict Group Access tab to prevent this user from seeing data on specific athletes. In Sportswear, the Group section is used to broadly define different groups of students. Typically, groups are used by school district accounts to separate athletes between the different schools in the district or outreach programs to separate different organizations they monitor. In the default setting, the user will be able to see all groups. To limit access, click the names of the group you would like this user to access. The groups they can see will be highlighted in blue. Once you have added the new user and assigned proper rights, click the Save button. Sportswear does not automatically save changes, so be sure to click the Save button whenever you make updates and not simply X out of the page. As with all administrative updates, for these changes to take effect, you must log out of Sportswear. The new user's account has now been created. This user can now access their account for the first time. As stated earlier, you can either assign the new user a password or allow them to create their own. If you have assigned the password, simply have the new user log in with these credentials. If you have chosen to allow this user to create their own password, once you have completed the steps outlined in this video, instruct the user to go to the Sportswear Online webpage, enter the email associated with their account, and click the Reset Password/Forgot Password link. Tell them to follow the instructions in the password reset email. If they do not see this email, be sure to check the email wasn't redirected to a spam folder. After selecting a password, be sure to hit the Save button. Do not just click the Enter key or you will be brought back to the login page without these changes saved. The new user should now be able to access their account. This concludes the video on how to add a new user or update existing users' rights in Sportswear.